This is the news for self-publishing, October the 4th, 2021. And boy, we missed a week of news. So I'm kind of piled up with some relevant information. Some of it has a little bit of overlap, but for the most part, you'll be able to get all the information that you need here. So let's start it out with the most important news. The biggest news, in my opinion, is, of course, the new Amazon advertising dashboard. It's introducing a new look for the advertising console, consolidated support resources. We put all the support resources in one place in the upper corner. Let's go back just a little bit here. You can see it says redesigned navigation menu. The new icon-based side menu organizes advertising products and services by themes. Easy to access other tools. We've added a new menu icon for the tools you use outside the advertising console. So it is really, really cool. I like what they have all put together here. It's going to seem overwhelming at first. In fact, it almost looks like Facebook ads dashboard. So if you've ever been on Facebook ads, then chances are very likely you've seen something that's very similar to this. Don't sleep on this. I highly recommend just go around, just explore, even if you're not running any kind of ads. Now, if you are running ads, you should definitely explore. Look into the areas such as budgets they've added in here, targeting to become more granular. The history, there's so much that they have inside the dashboard. And something I'd mentioned previously as well is they do have courses available for Amazon advertising that you can actually get a certification in, and I think 5 different types of Amazon ads. I tell you, go take those courses. They're free. And the most important thing is you're going to be getting it right from the horse's mouth. You're going to find out from Amazon exactly what you should be doing and the order you should be doing it in. So if you ever kind of find yourself at a little bit of an impasse going, oh, I don't know, I heard Dale say this, and I heard Brian Cohen say that, and I heard Brian Meeks say this, and I heard Mark Dawson say this. Well, guess what? Just clear out the noise, go straight to the source, take the Amazon advertising certification course. You will not regret it. It's going to give you a lot of great information and get you started off on the right path. Okay, next item up in the news. Okay, so this is going to be a similar thing across the board. In fact, I'm just going to probably just tick it off the box here all at the same time. Lulu and Drafted Digital have come to the table, much like Ingram Spark did over the past couple of weeks, in that fees are starting to increase. Obviously, COVID has impacted a number of businesses, and one of those is the supply and demand within the book publishing industry. So the price increase is happening across the board. Lulu pretty much said, hey, look, we've got some new fees that are going to be starting October 1st. So just want to let you know, you may have to update your listing. Now, also, Drafted Digital also said the same thing. So just keep in mind, and let me see if Drafted Digital had any sage words here. They had an email, and I think I threw it out already. Here we go. It's just D2D print price changes. When we announced D2D 2 years ago, we knew there would be some changes over time. It's the whole reason the feature has been in beta for so long. We expected that as we learn more about what our authors you wanted, we'd need to make some updates, add some things, and keep tinkering until we got it right. For 2 years, we've been able to maintain the current cost of printing thanks to you, the authors who have tested D2D print and ordered proofs and author copies. But as we've improved and made the service better, it's become necessary to make some adjustments. One of those is a slight increase to the cost of author and proof copies. This is effective November 1st. So let's not be confused. October 1st was Lulu. November 1st was Drafted Digital. So for whatever reason, the website's not loading up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on this blank screen. I'm sorry here, folks. Part of the news, I run into, so the websites will be down from time to time. I worked with Formatted Books not too long ago in a collaboration video in which I had them format an interior, and I tried to beat them. And I beat them by a few minutes, but their interior look way better. But at any rate, formattedbooks.com actually is rolling out covers. So they're not just doing the interiors, they're doing full covers. They actually did one for me, and I was really quite happy. All you need in one place, book formatting and cover design. Publish your book like a pro. Folks, head on over to formattedbooks.com, or you can even go to my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/formattedbooks. As per usual, I'll see about putting all the links to some of these sources down inside the description. Okay, moving forward, Evan Gow made sure to reach out to me, make sure I didn't miss out in September the 21st. There was some big news when it came to Story Origin. If you're not familiar with it, Story Origin is a great tool for authors, and especially something that I've used for doing advanced reader copies, as well as getting out review copies to people. It is a fantastic resource. But at any rate, so here's the details on what Evan actually forwarded to me. And he said, "Hey, Dale, following up on your Facebook message," because I told him he had to, email me this information. So Story Origin now comes with the ability to manage your beta copies. You can collect feedback on each chapter, get inline comments, filter feedback across chapter versions, readers, and keywords. Readers can't see each other's comments and feedback. Embed questionnaires between chapters. Track readers' progress through the book. Readers can only read each chapter after leaving feedback on the previous one. That's genius, by the way. Disable access to beta copies with an expiration time on a per reader basis. Ooh, I love that can just get, pulled down, get an expiration date of some sort. So there's a lot of people that are always worried, like, well, if I get out beta copies, are they going to pirate it and things like that? So this will hopefully mitigate some of those issues and hopefully alleviate a little bit of stress and anxiety that you've had over probably getting your books pirated. Disable access to beta copies with an expiration time on a per reader basis. I said, vet beta copy applicants' profiles, critique word count history, and upvotes and downvotes. So you can find a tour of this new feature on Story Origin's blog. I will leave a link to that inside the description. Do go and check out Story Origin. It's a fantastic service. They have a free option, but I would recommend that you just upgrade for the $10 per month. It's so entirely worth it. It is something I will not go without when it comes to my business. Okay, moving forward now, you have not heard me talk about these guys and gals before, and it's for good reason. I just haven't gotten around to it. It is a Creative Fabrica. If you're not familiar with them, they are an online resource for different graphic assets and such like that are good for publishing books, whether it is images, fonts, or any number of templates that they have available. But they reached out to me, about a couple months ago, and I just told them, hey, look, I'm going to, tell more people about Creative Fabrica, but you could take a look at the fact they actually have a deal right now. Get unlimited access to 3 million plus beautiful fonts and graphics. You get 1 full month access for just $1. You get access to all their resources, no limits, and commercial use allowed on all resources. And oftentimes some people mistake this, and they hear a lot of different companies like Creative Fabrica that, give licensing, and they're afraid that if I stop subscribing to this service, do I lose the rights to what I'm using? No, you don't. You just can't use that same stuff and other content after you have discontinue the subscription. So for something like this, $1 for your first month. And here's the cool thing. It renews at $19 and you can cancel it anytime. No questions asked. So if you want to just do the $1 for the month, you can go ahead and do that. Again, I'll leave a link inside the description down below for this deal for Creative Fabrica. I don't know how long it's going to be available, but you can see they've got a lot of really cool things. All the KDP interiors you'll ever need to grow your Kindle Direct publishing business. And they give you 10 reasons why you should get all access today. Rather than me regurgitating this stuff, I'll again let you guys and gals know that this will be available. And I'll, of course, drop this inside the live chat here. So there we go. Okay, next item up in the news. Oh, it's coming right around the corner here. Self-Publishing Conference. The Advice Conference is going to be taking place 3 days, the 23rd and the 24th. And you're going to be getting over 24 sessions in 24 hours. Oh my goodness. I was elated when Michael Laron, the host of Author Level Up, reached out to me and said, hey, Dale, I know you've written a lot of nonfiction books. I'd love to actually have you on and discuss a little bit more about the craft of writing nonfiction books. So we spent, I would say, it was probably close to half hour, 45 minutes talking about that craft. It was a lot of fun, and we also get some additional insights by Michael. This is a fantastic conference. Folks, go over to dalelinks.com/selfpubcon to get free access. Yes, there are some upsells and things like that, but honestly, just take advantage of at least the free, and you can always just consider the upsells and things like that. I think it's like future access, and they give you some bonuses, but make sure that you go take a look at that for sure. Moving forward here. So the fine folks over at FindaWay Voices. Oh man, this is one of my favorite audiobook publishing platforms. They are announcing what's called Marketplace, the audiobook creation platform built for a world booming with audiobooks. You ready for a brand new way to make audiobooks? Introducing FindaWay Voices Marketplace. This is the audiobook creation platform built for a world booming with audiobooks. We've heard everything you asked for and used that to build a suite of free tools for you. The first feature is launching today, which was last week. And now narrators are able to create their ultimate profile on the web with our new enhanced profiles feature and share with authors everywhere. What's next? When the full launch of the Marketplace platform arrives, it will provide authors a searchable and trusted space to connect with narrators, free tools to help you manage the production process from end to end with the narrator you hire, and the power to bring audiobooks to market quickly. As always, when you create an audiobook on Marketplace, there is no exclusivity. You keep your rights. Plus, you have the opportunity to sell worldwide through the largest audiobook distribution network. So this is really, really big news. I loved seeing that FindaWay Voices continues to evolve since 2015 when they first jumped into this game of self-publishing. Was it 15 or 2016? It's one of those two. I think it's 2015. I'm starting to second guess myself. So yes, folks, looking to FindaWay Voices. They are fantastic. They've got a really good blog. Let's move forward. We already discussed Drafted Digital's recent changes. So we're going to come on over here to another aggregate publisher called StreetLib. If you're not familiar with them, definitely take a look into them. Any rate, they said they will be at the Turin International Book Fair. And that is from October 14th to the 18th. And that's really about it. I thought I saw something else. Okay, so here's the one that I noticed. StreetLib International. Deep Zen, a company operating in the field of artificial intelligence applied to audio in collaboration with the American distributor Ingram Spark, will soon offer a preview of the new AI audio services to publishers and authors. Are we seeing the beginning of a second new era of the global audiobook market? Our Mark Williams tells us everything about it, and that's on their blog. Yeah, so you heard me right. They're looking at AI producing audio. Now, we can all agree that most AI generated voice sounds very unnatural. But last year, year before last, when I was at a conference, I ran into a gentleman that was on the forefront of creating AI generated voice for audio, and he claimed like it's next level. You would be hard pressed to actually hear what it sounds like. Now we can probably bring up the, ethical end of things. Is this right? Does this put narrators out of work? Is this something that people want to listen to? And to be honest, all you have to do is just open up TikTok to know that people will just put text into things and have, the AI just go ahead and read it. And it sounds so unnatural, but it's becoming almost acceptable. So I'm not saying anything for AI content like that, but is this a sign of things to come? Who knows? We'll see in due time. And then I've got one last little note here. This one actually comes from the folks over at PublishDrive. This is another aggregate publisher. If you hadn't had the opportunity to go ahead and take a look at them, do so. This website gets cookies. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, the difference between PublishDrive and the rest of the other companies like Drafted Digital or Smashwords is the fact that it's actually subscription-based. So if you want to use their services, you actually have to pay them a monthly fee for a certain number of books. The nice thing is you get 100% of the royalties that come in, and they don't collect anything other than your monthly subscription. So they're a little bit different. But at any rate, what Ingram Spark, what PublishDrive said is they're welcoming new store partners in Ingram. See, I was getting to Ingram and iReader. Ingram is the world's #1 print distributor, reaching over 39,000 stores. Easily set up print on demand with PublishDrive, then switch on Ingram's network to sell in places like Overdrive, Barnes & Noble, and even Costco. iReader is a giant mobile reading app that distributes over 600,000 titles to 70 million active readers in over 150 countries. You're ready to discover new readers in this lucrative channel? So they've added 2 new things. By the way, and I kind of glossed over this, talking about subscription-based, aggregate services through places like PublishDrive. The unique thing that PublishDrive has is all 3 iterations of ebook, print book, and audiobook all in one platform. That's kind of cool. And here's the thing that they have that other platforms don't have, which is, I just lost my train of thought. My apologies. They have access to Amazon advertising. There we go. Derailed for just a second. We got back on track. I knew that this was the last news piece. What did you think about the news pieces over the past couple of weeks? We kind of blazed through a lot of these, and unfortunately I had to skip some of these things because I was like, is this going to work out? Maybe not. Okay. So was there any pertinent news that I might have missed? Please let me know inside the comments.